Sabadi. On Mind, Body and Soul, getting into the swing of fitness. An enchanting way to calm your mind and stopping feet problems in their tracks with yoga. But first, get ready for some real retail therapy. Once the only shopping option, community markets have been lost in many of our cities and towns, replaced by the corner shop, supermarkets and, in the 90s, the trend towards online shopping. But the yearning to create markets has not disappeared, with many communities finding car parks, a schoolyard or even a bush block to hold regular community markets. Your local market is your opportunity to buy organic, buy local and enjoy your whole shopping experience. Do you remember how sweet and flavoursome tomatoes tasted when you were a kid? Are shop-bought varieties you buy now a little bland by comparison? Remember how tangy oranges used to be when you peeled back the rough skin? Supermarket fruit and vegetables often don't make the grade, and if you're lucky, your local market will be the place to find locally grown organic fruit and vegetables. Real food in real colour. St Andrew's Market, close to Melbourne, is nestled in the Australian bush and is a weekly attraction for locals and tourists. The market has been established for 30 years and prides itself on bringing good quality, locally grown organic produce to the public. And on its chai tent, where market-goers can sip this wonderful Indian beverage in a chilled-out space. Made from simmering milk with water, tea, ginger, cardamom and other spices, chai is less stimulating than coffee and more fragrant than tea. Better for you than both, and the perfect drink to relax with and take in the market's atmosphere, especially in the cooler months of the year. By the end of the afternoon, the chai tent is the hub of this lively, creative market scene. Most community markets have limitations on what can be sold, preferring locally handmade and homemade goods, and keeping out goods that are mass-produced, imported, or involve lots of plastic. While each market differs, you will generally find that the aim is to provide business opportunities for small local businesses and community projects, as well as a colourful and vibrant atmosphere with fabulous food. Every market goer has their absolutely favourite food. At St Andrews, it could be the perfect falafels. Elsewhere, it could be the homemade lemonade, hand-rolled chocolates, or perhaps the best lentil burger in the world. Whatever your choice, you can usually guarantee that the quality will be good and matched by the quantity and price. Most markets welcome alternative health practitioners to put out their shingle, making for a happy and relaxed crowd, as well as a business opportunity for the practitioner. A shiatsu massage may be the first thing you need when you arrive at the markets and leave your week behind you. You are bound to be a much more efficient shopper if you're relaxed on the inside. Spending half a day at the markets is a lovely way to shop. You know that what you're getting is good quality and has been grown, made or prepared with love. You know that what you're paying is basically the production costs, some money for the producer, and a little bit toward hiring the stall. Some successful community markets even put some of their takings on stall hire back into the community. In this marketplace, everyone's a winner. Red Hot Rockers is how Adrian Spadaro advertises his weekly swing, jive and rock and roll classes. People must like it because some weeks there are 140 people on the dance floor.
1, 2, 3.
The last dance hall Adrian hired would get so full that sometimes people would be standing on each other's toes. What attracts all of these people to swing, jive and rock and roll?
These dances are fun. The music is fun, the steps are fun. It's all just a joyful experience.
Adrian has always danced. Growing up in an Italian family, there were always parties with Italian bands and dancing, and Adrian learnt to dance with his mum. The rumba, samba, tango and waltz, to name a few. From a life of social and competition dancing, he's gone on to become one of Melbourne's favourite dance teachers, a true red-hot rocker.
These dances are enjoyable. There is human contact which we all need, but it is not threatening, especially for girls who are coming onto the dance scene for the first time. These dances are the easiest to learn for guys. They don't have to get their footwork exactly correct the first time, and they can still do the dance.
Back step 1 and 2, 3 and 4.
Whereas ballroom dancing requires partners to be up close and personal a lot of the time, swing, jive and rock and roll involve hand contact, occasional embraces, and are fun rather than romantic. For the guys, this is great. The 1920s to the 1950s was an era of dance explosion in America and then around the world. Jive was the first to take off. Simple dance moves based on triple and single steps had been the traditional dances of African American slaves. These steps bravely crossed continents and fast became the backbone of jive. Then there was swing. Dance halls were playing jazz and the black community were dancing it, discovering and celebrating two of the most popular swing dances, the Charleston and Lindy Hop. Rock and roll waited until the 50s to explode and quickly took the teenage world by storm. At the Red Hot Rockers, most of the Wednesday night dancers were in their teens while all of these forms of dance were becoming the hot thing. They may or may not have learnt them in the 50s and 60s, but now the time is just right, and the dance school provides a way to meet people, make friends, and dance the dances of their dreams. Swing, jive and rock and roll could be one of the most fun ways to get fit, and stay on your feet for a long time. There's one couple around town who are well into their 80s. They're fantastic. Even Adrian wishes he was as fit as they are. As well as being great for the body, dancing is also great brain food. The combination of learnt moves, rhythm and creativity are the perfect workout for the whole body and both sides of the brain. Adrian has always danced and probably always will. His favourite dance is not the most popular, but perhaps the most suave. He loves to dance the West Coast, a simple French jive style dance which is easy to learn. If you can walk right, left, you can do it. Adrian calls it walking with attitude. Two of the most abused parts of the human body are the feet. The average person takes 4,000 to 6,000 steps a day, and we don't always choose the correct footwear. Stylish high heels or ill-fitting sports shoes can really take their toll. Along with 26 bones in each foot, there's an intricate network of ligaments, muscles, nerves, and blood vessels. It's no wonder that a hard day can leave our feet swollen, tender, and in need of some loving care. The pose Virasana, or hero's pose, works to strengthen and release the ankles and feet. It stretches the top of the foot and strengthens the arches of the feet, improving sensitivity and circulation of blood and fluids. Do Virasana with buttocks on a folded blanket or a block if necessary for 10 minutes each day before bedtime. In fact, do Virasana whenever possible. Begin in an upward kneeling position. If the knees or quadriceps are very tight, use a folded blanket or block under the sit bones to elevate the pelvis and reduce pressure on the knees. Sit either with the sit bones on the prop or with the sit bones resting on the heels. A more advanced version for those people with healthy knee joints is to slowly lower the pelvis and sit bone in between the ankles and feet, toes pointing away from the knees. During the practice of this wonderful pose, massage the arches of your feet, pressing on the arches as if cultivating an arch with your thumbs. Also, spread your toes as far apart as possible to avoid foot cramps during Virasana. Build an overall sense of sensitivity and awareness of the ankles and feet. Another option is to work in standing balancing postures such as tree pose, or any pose where you're standing on one leg or foot. These postures help to build strength and awareness of the ankles and feet. Whilst working in tree pose, cultivate a sense of elevating the arches of the supporting foot to build strength. Repeat twice on each side, holding the pose for as long as possible. The aim is to build endurance and strength. After your chosen balancing pose, stand with the feet hip-width apart and slowly rise up onto the balls of the feet. Balance here for 5 to 10 breaths, and then slowly release the heels back onto the floor. Repeat 3 to 5 times. To massage and release the feet after the above postures, try sitting on a chair and rolling the soles of the feet over a tennis ball or squash ball. This will serve to stimulate reflexology points in the feet and massage the network of tiny muscles, improving circulation and releasing tension. Socrates said, "When our feet hurt, we hurt all over." So then the opposite must also be true. When our feet feel good, we'll feel good all over. Be good to your feet and they'll be good to you. For some people, sacred chanting is a part of everyday life. Kirtan is the traditional Sikh form of devotional singing and is practiced daily in Gurdwaras, Sikh temples all around the world. The uplifting mantras of Kirtan, supported by the raw, beautiful tones of the harmonium, tablas and other instruments, create an inspiring musical form that is becoming popular worldwide. Is there a God? Is God within? Is music the language of the divine? With Kirtan, some of these questions may be answered without a conversation or reading a book. Whilst words, prayers, yoga and meditation may bring glimpses of the divine, it's often music that can truly transport us to a place that we may never have been, but which feels very familiar. A place where we feel godliness. Kirtan is the chanting of Sanskrit mantras accompanied by music. All are welcome, faith or no faith, and an evening's Kirtan will usually involve chanting, meeting people, and if you're lucky, sharing a lovely vegetarian meal. Kirtan begins with the chant being called by one person and then everyone else follows. The chants are short and easy to sing. They are for everyone, not just the musically inclined. Music is definitely the language of the heart. If your heart is sad or empty, or if you're confused about how you feel, chanting with others takes you out of the way of your own mind and allows you to open up. This can be a safe journey of discovery where nothing needs to be said or explained, but things can become clear on their own. Kirtan in the city may take you on such a healing path, but more than anything is simply relaxing. You can guarantee that once you've found your way through traffic lights, noise and constant electrical buzz, there will be nothing more relaxing than sitting down and being drawn into the healing world of a comfortable cushion and sacred sound. Singing together makes connecting with people easy. By the time you get to share a cup of tea and have a conversation, you have already shared a beautiful experience. And will find that your conversation flows much more naturally than normal, and you find it not only easier to speak, but to listen as well. Kirtan is the music of devotion, but doesn't require a spiritual commitment to be a balm, a tonic, and a haven from our fast modern lives. Slot it into your weekly timetable and you'll quickly notice your enjoyment of life improve. You may even discover a state of bliss. Of course, not everyone has a hall offering Kirtan just down the road from their place. Check out the internet for opportunities to purchase Kirtan CDs, and you can bring the music of the temple right into your own lounge room. Stress. It's unavoidable and we all suffer from it at some stage. Why not consider something different to help manage your stress? Acupuncture, while being great for physical maladies, can also help to restore harmony to your body and mind. Some common causes of stress include work, time pressure, financial problems, and trying to juggle work, family, and social life. But you don't have to try and manage everything on your own. Stressful situations can be dealt with, and help is available.
Now, can you describe the headache to me? Is it sharp pain?
Yvonne Roddy is an acupuncturist with a particular interest in using acupuncture for stress management purposes. She's seen firsthand what effects stress can have.
Stress affects the body in a range of ways. Many people suffer from headaches or migraines, and insomnia is very common. Some people may also get tight feelings in their chest, suffer from dizziness, or have palpitations, that is a fast heartbeat. There may be changes to bowel habits or their digestive system gets upset. Other people may feel that their life is out of control, and they may get irritated or angry very quickly.
It sounds horrible, but if you're suffering from any of these symptoms, then it's important to know that you don't have to put up with it. Acupuncture can be used to relieve stress because it's very relaxing. Many people are quite surprised to hear this. Traditional Chinese medicine practitioners have to spend time with their clients, and treatment rooms are usually quiet and peaceful. Acupuncture can make clients feel quite drowsy while the needles are in place. They report sleeping well after treatment, and their particular symptoms can be managed with regular treatments. Practitioners are also trained in techniques such as cupping and Chinese massage, which, combined with acupuncture, can offer the client a comprehensive treatment. And the good news is that anyone can use acupuncture for stress relief. It is a very safe treatment, and its effects are often immediate. There are no age limitations, and people on medication can safely undergo treatment. In a nutshell, acupuncture works by inserting fine, sterile, single-use needles into specific points on the body. The needles are left in for a certain amount of time, depending on the treatment being performed. The purpose of the treatment is to unblock a person's energy pathways, or qi, thus restoring balance and harmony to the body. How long does a treatment period normally last for?
A typical treatment period is difficult to predict as each case is very different. Traditionally, a treatment course is 10 treatments with a review after that. Some clients find regular treatments once a week work best, while others find that fortnightly treatments or short bursts of 4 or 5 sessions several times a year will suffice. The best results are gained for those who have a commitment to regular treatment.
Acupuncture is an established, natural and pain-free way of treating stress, so why suffer from the symptoms if you don't have to? Have a talk with your local practitioner to find out what they can do for you. Life is so busy these days that taking the time out to calm your mind is important in order to restore balance and harmony to your body, thus avoiding the unpleasant symptoms of stress. Is organic farming good for the environment? Until now, there has been no research to confirm what seems obvious. Wildlife experts in the United Kingdom have gathered the long overdue facts together after a 5-year study, looking at bird, insect and plant species on 180 separate farms, half of them organic and half conventional. The study showed 85% more plant species inhabited organic farms compared to their pesticide-using counterparts. Plant life thrives on the organic properties, having 50% more coverage, therefore offering more living space and food sources for animal life. In the UK, only 3% of farms are organic, so the researchers are calling for herbicide and pesticide-using farmers to lower their use of chemicals to minimum levels and to leave aside areas for wildlife. The research is so encouraging, the experts believe that by increasing the size of the smaller organic farms, which are often surrounded by large areas used for conventional farming, it could make a significant contribution to protecting biodiversity in agricultural lands. This valuable research possibly equates to a big win for farmers, wildlife and the environment. Join us again on Mind, Body and Soul as we discover more paths to health and happiness. But for now, Dominique gives us some food for thought.
Although we sometimes forget, us human beings are part of the natural order of things. And so when the seasons shift and change, we also begin to shift and change. During late summer, as we move into autumn and the energy and the environment and the weather starts to cool, starts to have more yin influence, our bodies will also start to cool, to contract. Energy levels will drop, immune functioning will drop. So it's not unusual during autumn to feel a little bit sluggish, to feel as though you're moving into a hibernatory state. Likewise, the very end of winter, as we begin to shift into that yang energy, it's not uncommon to experience symptoms similar to this as well. This season, instead of fighting against the changing tides around you, try moving with them. Start to live more in harmony with the natural world. Remember that you're a part of that world.